Well, hello everybody. This is BJ from BJ's Crochet. Welcome back to my returning subscribers and welcome to my new subscribers. This is Whip It Wednesday where we chat about the whips we have in progress. YouTube has been slow with sending out notifications today, so we're going to do something a little differently while I'm waiting for people to join me. It is 3:22, so people probably haven't been told that I am live. So last Sunday I went to an estate sale because I wanted three oak stools for my kitchen breakfast counter. If they have a 2-day sale, I go on Sunday because the people are normally marking things down because they want to get rid of them. But when I went on Sunday, the stools had already been sold. And I wandered around on the first floor looking at what they had, and I picked up a few odds and ends that I needed for my home. Um, Things from estate sales are nice because the people are normally elderly, so their wooden things are old wood, it's heavy wood, it's real wood, it is not the pressed wood. So it's normally of a higher quality and you get it for a fraction of the cost. The old things are much better produced than the things we have nowadays. So I asked the lady who was running the sale if they had still had things in the basement, and she said, "Oh, there's a lot of things down there, and it's really worth it for you to go down there and look." And I looked at her because it was blazing hot upstairs, and I was just ready to go home. And she says, "It really is worth your while." So I went down and I wandered around, and they had, a few odds and ends and a bar just full of liquor. And I was like, what kind of entertaining do you do? But I went back in the back in the storage room, and on the bottom shelf were three large totes of yarn. I didn't even look through the totes to see what were in the totes. I went upstairs and asked the lady how much she wanted for the yarn. She said, it's $1 a skein. And I was like, okay, but some of those are partial skeins. They've been used. They're not full skeins. And she said, well, you just have to bring it up here and I'll look at it. And I looked at her and she says, well, I'll make you a good deal. I was like, okay. So I went back downstairs, picked up a tote that was running over with balls of yarn. And every time I picked it up, the balls rolled off the top and across the floor. So then I'm wandering around trying to find lids to go on the totes because they had all of the lids stacked up against the wall. I found a lid that I hope matches the tote, but I could put it on top of the yarn and hold the yarn in the tote so that I could get it upstairs. So when I came in and I set it down, and she says, "Oh, well, I'll have to look at it. Give me a few minutes." And I was like, "Okay." I went downstairs, got the other two totes, got my things together, and I was like, "Okay, how much for the yarn?" And she says, $10 a tote. And I just looked at her, and I'm trying to calculate in my head, is this a deal? Is this not a deal? What's going on here? And she says, "You've got a lot of yarn here." I said, "Oh." She says, "And that's including the tote." And I'm thinking, well, I hope so, because how am I going to get this yarn out to the car if you don't give me the tote? So I have 3 totes of yarn. I have no idea what are in the totes. And I started making an untoting video this morning, but my phone is out of storage space. So I have to clean off my phone. In the meantime, we're going to do it here since I'm live and nobody's home but me. So here we go. This is the smallest tote because the way I had packed the car, when I unpacked and put them in the garage, this was the first tote that I came to. And the last time I went to an estate sale, I put my yarn out on the deck for 3 days because of, what's going on. But when I got home Sunday, it had rained at my house. It had not rained 5 miles down the road where I was, but it had rained at my house. And I said, well, I'm not going to play this game with having wet yarn and whatnot going on. So it's been in the garage cooking for 3 days. And I had sprayed it with Lysol. And I sprayed it, with Lysol again before I brought it into the house. So my first little WIP bag, and she had a law enforcement bag, and I thought that was kind of cute. But I got the WIP not because I wanted to finish the WIPs, but I can undo the WIPs and use the yarn again. So this is a ripple Afghan. It's navy and burgundy and green. There's the green that she used and scissors in her project bag. Her crochet hook, she was using an H boy hook. Now I don't care for boy hooks, but um, my little ones are trying to learn crochet, and they can use the boys rather than using my Susan Bates, and more to the point, losing my Susan Bates. And she has the burgundy. So the navy blue is probably around here somewhere, but it was not in this particular bag. But that was not bad. So I got the 3 totes. So I spent $30 in yarn, and I got a blanket drying rack because my cousin and I are going to start doing craft fairs when it's safe again, and I will be able to hang my ponchos and baby blankets and whatnot on the drying rack. And she even included handwritten patterns. So if I want to finish that, which I probably don't because those colors are very dark together, in my opinion, but I'll at least know the pattern in case somebody comes by and says, "Oh, I like that. I want to finish that." I'll be like, okay, all right, have a good time. And then her other project bag, and I know Nana Michelle and Carrie will love this. Oh, and Kelly, because they like purple. So she had another chevron Afghan. She had two chevron Afghans going at the same time. And this one is in three shades of purple. God love her. She left the crochet hook. At this time, she was using, oh, that's a boy. She was using, I'm sorry, how about this one? A J hook. And she was using a boy hook. And she had, I'm going to learn, I had finally learned to hold it in my left hand, but I have to hold my left hand over here. It was, oh, I had said I had started this on the phone. It's backwards on the phone. Good night. I will finally get it together. So, and then she had this shade of purple. And this one, and this is the only one with a ball band, and it says lavender. And it is from Lee Ward's, which I think is the precursor to Michael's. And I believe Lee Ward had bought out Frank's Nursery and Craft, if I remember correctly. But this is Orlan Sayel, and it's made with 100% DuPont Orlan knitting worsted type yarn. And when was the last time you saw DuPont yarn? I don't even think DuPont is still in the yarn making business. So that's how old that yarn is. But you know, acrylic yarn lasts and lasts and lasts, which is a good thing. And she had it in a plastic bag, which, you know, kept it clean and dust free and all that. So that was a good thing. Now on to the totes. Whoa, I can't reach the tote. Hold on. Sorry, people. Okay. We have Red Heart Super Saver Soft White with no dye lock. How many times have I said the reason I started using Super Saver was because there was no dye lock. No matter when you got it, you could use the Super Saver yarn and your products would match. Love it. And that's because I don't know any better. I've got, I would call this cream because I'm calling this ecru. These are not the same color, but they are very similar. So I've got a ball of cream, a ball of ecru. These two balls are yellow. And I think this is sports weight yarn. So I don't think that's 4-ply. This might be a 4-ply. That one feels more like a 4-ply. And I had a black. And I had run out of black on the hat that I was making last night. So this came in very handy because this black, I am assuming, is a Red Heart Super Saver because it matches black that I had. And in one of my previous videos, I had run out of black on a project I was using, and I went down to get another black out of my yarn room downstairs, and it was a different shade of black. I had 3 skeins of black, and they were 3 different shades of black. But these 2 blacks match, so hooray for my team! I can finish this. I've got two skeins of pink, but they're not the same shade of pink, and they don't feel like the same kind of pink. This one feels like a sports weight yarn, but it feels different from this one. I think this is a 4-ply. I think this is worsted weight yarn. It's thin, but I don't think they're the same. No, I think those are different. Oh, I got another purple. Put that in the bag with the purple Afghan. I have a tan. What is that? Oh, I have two tans. I believe these are the same. Nope, they are not the same. They are so... Okay, these two are the same. These two are different. And she did a very good job of balling them up and tucking the ends. She did a good job. But these two are not quite the same color. They are very close. But they would look good together. Oh, and we have brown. Cream and tan and brown. I see a man's patent scarf set if I have enough. Ooh, we have brown and white variegated, but there's only a little bit of it. But there's only a little bit in this coat. There may be some in the other coat. I have no idea. There is burgundy. I think this is burgundy. This is that's almost a wine, because that is different from, oh yeah, that's different from this. This and this, I'm sorry, they're not quite the same color. They're very close, very close. Oh, you know what? I don't know. They're very close. They might be. Did I have a ball of that? Okay, tell me, did I have a ball of that? Yes, I did. I had a big ball. Nope, those are different. This one is a darker shade than this one. They're in the same color family, but they're different shades of the same color. I don't know if you can tell that on screen, but they're different. That is interesting. Okay. Well, that goes to this, and this goes over here. Never the twain shall meet. They are not the same. Then we have True Navy, made in the USA. Shop at Walmart.com. This is when Walmart was still making yarn in the USA and not China. 100% acrylic. Mainstay. Sorry, people. We know about the cat. I was looking at one of my videos, listening to one of my videos last night, and all I could hear was her howling. And I looked at her, and she's sitting there quietly, and I'm like, why am I hearing you? And I said, oh, that's because you were on the video. Oh my gosh. Then we have a light blue. That's pretty. And another brown. Ah, here comes my daughter to rescue me from the cat. Bless you. And camo. This is such a little bit of camo. I don't know what. Oh my gosh. Fluorescent orange. When was the last time you saw fluorescent orange? And I wonder if it glows in the dark. I'm gonna turn off the light tonight and see if it glows in the dark. And I have something. No, I think the orange I have downstairs is white. We have baby variegated. That is pretty. Last week the week before on the finished object Friday, I showed the preemie blanket that I had finished, and I made it larger because the yarn was not soft enough for the preemie hat that I wanted to make. This is soft enough for the preemie hat to go with that yarn. Oh, and this is the last of the yarn from the preemie blanket. So look at there. I can make a hat to go with the blanket. Okay. Hooray for my team. Oh, we have another light blue, but this light blue is not the same as this light blue, which is not the same as this light blue. I got 3 different light blues. Okay. This one might be enough to make a hat with. I don't think I would like to put those two together. And I think I have some Delft blue downstairs in the craft room, which might match that. We have some more brown. There we go. But this brown is not the same as this brown, which is not the same as this brown. Oh, this is like Christmas. Okay. What else do we have in here? We have green, but that's not the green that was in that blanket. That was a dark green. More black. Yay. And this black does not match that black. Can you tell? Those are 2 different shades of black. We just had that talk about black, didn't we? Oh, cute. That's why I like no dialogue. Another blue, unlike any of my other blues. Look how well she wound that. Look at that. She did not have the winding machine. She took those ends so they don't run. She did a good job. My goodness. That's the only thing about going to estate sales. You don't get to talk to the people and learn how they do things. I have another tan. This is different from that tan. Different from that tan. Does not match the oak crew. Okay. I could do something in, oh, you know the packs they come out with now, where you get the pack of one color, but it's various shades of the same color. I could look at those patterns and come up with something to do with the graduating shades, because that's the wrong color to put in a pride blanket, because that's, you know, not the color you find in a rainbow. And another ecru, and it matches this one. Well, I got two skeins of the same color. Yes, hooray for my team. Oh God, we got, I don't know how many, four, four shades of red. Who knew you had four shades of red? These two are really, really close, but I don't think they're the same color. I think those are different. And those definitely are different. Yep, I got four shades of red. I didn't know they made four shades of red. I got another skein of black, which is also different from that black. And it's also different from this black. I've got three different shades of black. Again. Oh, am I so lucky? Oh, I got another light blue. Houston, I may have a match. It's really close. I'm not sure if that's the same, but it's really, really close. Ooh, yeah, green and white baby yarn. Green, white, and yellow. This is green, white, yellow, and pink. That's not a baby yarn. That's 4-ply. This is the baby yarn. Because the yarn I had was 4-ply. Yeah, those are 4-ply. Oh, we have a WIP in the bottom of the tub. What in the Sam here? Oh, she was making a shell baby blanket. Because with that shade of pink, I don't think that would be a shawl. I think that was actually a baby blanket. And that, well, let's see. Okay, this is this pink. Those two pinks. There we go. Oops, there we go. Those two pinks are the same. Get my fingers out of there. Okay. So that goes with that. So I don't think, no, because these two pinks are not the same. They're really close, but they're not the same. It goes rolling around the keyboard. Oh, and we have another piece of pink, which I think, oh, and it's got white with it too, so I think it's that pink. So I think all of this goes together. Now, where's the white? That may very well even be in another tub, because I don't know who tubbed these up, if she did, or if the people who were getting her house together for sale did. Here's a, I want to call that orange, but that is not the same. Might be. I think those are the. Well, if I hold them up to the computer, they don't look the same. If I just look at them, they look the same. Oh yeah, now I have that song going through my head. They're still the same. That looks like it's the same, doesn't it? I believe it is. The one way to find out is to work it up, and if it doesn't look right, then you know. Frog it. Oh my Lord, help me. She was, I don't know what this is. Oh, she had a whole bunch of Christmas stuff in her house too. Maybe a Christmas scarf, but with the open work double crochet, I don't think it'd be warm enough for the winter, but it feels like red heart yarn, so that would be warm, but it's so narrow. Oh, you think maybe this was a Christmas skirt that goes across like the fireplace or the buffet? Did I see a fireplace in her house? No, I got nothing. If anybody has any ideas of what this is, please put it in the comments because I got nothing. I got nothing. Oh, we have squares that she was putting together for, I guess, another one of these. I thought that was one piece. Okay, if you double crochet and change colors, you get that. But then she has a square and she has that. I got nothing. That's another whip. That's not my whip. Okay, let's see. We have another little bitty ball of black, which matches, let's see. It does not match that black. Pretty close to that black. Where's the other black? I vote for this black. That's my vote because these two blacks have a small amount. Well, now they're different. No, that's a thinner black, so it doesn't match anything. That's a this is a sports weight. Where did that come from? I don't know. I'm all discombobulated here. Then we have, oh my Lord, okay. Then we have needlepoint. We have a base and wheatgrass dried floral basket, 5 by 7. There's the needlepoint thread and the canvas. And she had started it. Karen. I don't know, Karen made, well, back in the day, Karen made uh, needlepoint thread. What is the copyright on this? Can I tell? Let's see. Bind off the edge of the canvas with masking tape, which is starting to dry out. Oh, you even have to block this. This is when Karen was in Pennsylvania. They're in Canada now, aren't they? It was printed in the U.S. and but I don't see a date. And I don't see her needle. Good, I won't stab myself. And this is from Target. Back in the day, this was $2.99. Oh, there's the needle. Oh, 1977, Caron International Inc., Rochelle, Illinois. I don't know if you can see that. 1977. Caron was doing needlepoint. And the thread is still good. Look at that. Wow. Well, all, thank you for joining me. That is the end of this tote. Now I get to weigh my yarn and put on here how much is actually in the ball so I have an idea of what I can make with it. And I will put it in my inventory so that I know what I have because, I won't remember. Thank you all for watching me on the replay. Granny D is going live now at 4 o'clock. Everybody stay safe. I will get this up after I change the description and clean it up because it's not what it started out to be. And I will see everybody later on today. Bye-bye.